Hey guys, Sustained 16th Music here, and today I'm going to tell you why you need to join band. And by join band, I mean marching band, concert band, orchestra, jazz band, something like that, and preferably at like a school of some sort, because that's where you can learn all the stuff that I talk about in this video. But if you don't have access to that because, I don't know, you're older or your school doesn't offer it, which I hope your school offers it, but if they don't, there are other resources that I talk about at the end of this video, so stick around for that. But yeah, first I'm going to talk about the reasons for musicians or producers, because most of the people on this channel are musicians or producers. And the second is for anyone who's not a musician or producer, and just why the average human being would want to join band. So first, for music producers and musicians, some musicians, if they don't learn in band or a setting like that, they will learn from some source that teaches them in a different way, which is fine, and those different ways aren't necessarily any better or worse than the way that band does it, but band does it in a way that allows you to very effectively communicate with other musicians. Like, it teaches you intervals, so you can say, I want to be in the key of C and go up a fourth, and then go up a sixth. So then you would know what that means. Or it teaches you to read sheet music if you haven't learned to read sheet music, and that lets you also communicate more, because you can really quickly and easily just look at a piece of music and be like, okay, that's what it's going to do, as opposed to other forms which might be easier to read, but they're not quicker. So like tablature, it's super easy to understand on guitar because it shows you exactly where your fingers go, but it would be pretty hard to sight read tablature because it's just, it takes up a lot of attention, but once you learn it, it's really good. Another reason you might want to consider joining band is if you're a producer. Most beginner producers start by teaching themselves or looking up YouTube videos. And that's great. That's basically how I learned. But there are some things that you'll also want to learn that most of those YouTube videos won't teach you. And that is, again, music theory and reading sheet music. Because even if you're like, oh, I'm just going to be using a piano roll and I don't really need to learn theory, I can just do it by ear. And you can do that, and that's perfectly fine, but the sheet music, again, allows you to communicate with other producers and musicians, and learning theory just makes it a whole lot easier to know what you're working with, because instead of you having a whole 12 notes that you can choose from, you can pick a scale and limit it down to 8, and you can know the theory behind all these things and the intervals and stuff. And the last and biggest reason for musicians and producers to join band is because the community of it. There are so many people in marching band and concert band and orchestra and all those different bands that really enjoy playing music and stuff like that and learning about music. So you'll get a bunch of talented people in one space who are all proficient on an instrument, and they can jam and make music together, and it's really just a fun time to meet people with your same interests. Alright, so now if you are not a musician and just a regular average person who happened to click on this video, wondering why they need to join marching band, concert band, orchestra, something like that, is work ethic. I have never worked harder than in marching band and concert band. Um, I mean, in academics, you work hard as well, but if stuff like that comes naturally to you, then you're basically just like bored. But in marching band and concert band, you have to put in the practice time. You have to put in the hours. So it teaches you to really be responsible and stuff like that. The second reason is it's super fun. Um, it's the most fun part of my day for me. But again, you may be different. You may like really enjoy sports, and I do not like sports. So everyone's different, but to me, it's just really fun. So I think that's pretty much it. This was a bit of a shorter video, but I hope it convinced you to join band. And if you still aren't convinced, but you want to learn sheet music and learn music theory, I have videos on those, and there are also great resources on YouTube. And for the community aspect of it, I would recommend Jamtaba, Jamtaba, Jamtaba 2, because it's a really great place where people can go online and play music and jam and stuff like that. It's really great and creative, and you can play along with jams that people have created, or you can create your own jams live. It's really cool. But again, I would recommend just joining band. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Keep on making music. Peace.